good day, viewers. Today we want to talk about bearing. Now, the bearing means the direction of another point from a given point. To know what the bearing of a point is, we use two types. There are two types. We have the compass bearing. And the surveyor's bearing. Compass bearing, also known as the acute angle bearing, while the surveyor's bearing is also known as the three-figure bearing, or the three-digit bearing. Now, in bearing, we talk in respect to the cardinal points. The cardinal points being the north, south, east, and west. North, south, east, and west. So up here we have the north, and down we have the south. To the right is the east, and to the left we have west. And so we have north, south, east, and west. And now, between a cardinal point and the next cardinal point is angle 90. Between north and east we have 90 degrees. Between east and south is another 90 degrees. And between south and west is 90 degrees. Between west and north is 90 degrees. Now, this region that is between north and east, anything that falls within this region, we call it the northeast. So there are four other regions that falls into this quadrant in between the cardinal points. So between this place we call it what? Between the north and the east we call it the northeast. Between the north and the west we have the northwest. Between the south and the east I have southeast. And between the south and the west we have what? Southwest. Now, all this helps us to know the direction to which another point is, for us to get the location of a different point. So anything that falls to this area is north, southeast. In this area we have northeast. Here we have northwest. Here we have southwest. Here we have southeast. Now, we do not say east north, neither do we say east south. We name these regions with respect to the principal axis. This principal axis is the north and the south. So we say southeast, southwest, northwest, northeast, northeast west, or east north. That is not what we say. So let's see how this is applied in the acute angle bearing. Let us determine. So in the following diagrams we are going to be determining the bearing of B from A, and also we will also be trying to get the bearing of A standing at A. What direction would I go to B? When I want to know the bearing of what? B from A. Where I'm going from, the word from is very, very important. The word from is very important. Where I'm coming from and where I'm going to is very important. So the bearing of B from A, now that means where would I go when I'm moving from A? So this is A, this is point A. So if A wants to go to B now, A is moving in what direction? It's going to the right, this way, and that is what? To the east. So we say what? B is to the east of A. So the bearing of B from A is what? East. The bearing. Okay, so if I am standing at A and I want to go to B, I will move down south. So the bearing of B from A is south. So the bearing of B from A is south. However, if I am standing at B and I want to go to A, I am going to move up north. So the bearing of A from B is north. Now let's look at this next one. I am standing at A now, assuming I'm at A, and I want to go to B. So I want to know which direction would I turn to go to B. And that's what bearing means, direction, location. Now, what direction would I turn to go to B? So the bearing of B, the direction of B, or the bearing of B from A is, now this is north, to my right here is east, and so the bearing of B from A is what? Northeast. Is northeast, meaning the direction of B from A is northeast. Also, if I am at B and I'm going back to A, the bearing of A, direction of A from B is, I'm going down south, but in what direction of the south? This is south, and to my left is what? Is west. And so that means the bearing of what? A from B is southwest. Okay, also in this diagram, we want to see A is here and B is here. For me to know the bearing of B from A, that means which direction would I turn when going to B? I'm going to B from A, which direction am I going to turn? So the bearing of B from A is, now let's say from A, which direction am I turning to go to B? So it is between the north and the west. So my direction of B from A, direction meaning bearing, the bearing of B from A is what? Northwest. Also, if I'm at B and I'm going to A, so what direction will I turn? The bearing of A from B is coming down south. In what direction? To the east. That's what? Southeast. Okay, one more. So look at this diagram well. I have A here and B here. Now I want you to tell me in the comment section what the bearing of A is from B and what the bearing of B is from A. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video.